In the 10th year of my marriage, my Lewis brought Selena, the other woman, to our house and asked my Winston in front of me to grant them their wish. My Winston nodded, agreeing to my divorce from Lewis. My Winston recognized me as her daughter, then held Selena's hand and said sincerely, "I'm leaving the affairs of the house to you from now on." "Selena, I will do my best." "Winston, don't worry, it's not too difficult to be my daughter-in-law. I'll teach you." "Selena, what do I need to do?" Winston, setting a rigid daily schedule for Selena that involves cooking, cleaning, and childcare. "Selena, Lewis and I just went to City Hall to register our divorce, and Selena couldn't wait to move her luggage into the Winston family villa because Winston agreed to it. After all, the house is under Winston's property." Selena carried her luggage into the master bedroom and then yelled at me, "You've both signed the divorce papers. You don't still want to sleep with Lewis, do you? He says he feels disgusted just looking at you." I was hesitating about where to move my things when Winston came in. Winston said sternly, "Natalie, move your things to the guest room on the 2nd floor." Selena thought Winston was helping her and danced with joy, giving me a triumphant smile. Winston is a strong and serious person, and it's hard for me to tell if she really dislikes me. Winston turned her gaze to Selena, who was gloating. "The master bedroom on the 1st floor is closer to the kitchen. Remember to prepare breakfast every morning." Winston then instructed me, "She's new here and doesn't understand many things. Make her a list of breakfast items and have her follow it." Selena looked incredulous. "Mom, I can't cook. Isn't Natalie the one who always does the housework?" Winston immediately laid down the rules for her. "Natalie is now my daughter and your aunt. Please be respectful to her in the future. She has to take care of the children." "Then we can hire a nanny," Selena muttered. "These days, which wealthy family doesn't have a nanny?" Winston warned her sternly, "In our house, the daughters-in-law do the housework. I don't like outsiders interfering in family matters. If you're not willing, you can move out immediately. I won't stop you." Okay, Mom," Selena agreed reluctantly. I had just moved my clothes and toiletries into the guest room on the 2nd floor when Winston came. She took out a finance enrollment form and gave it to me. "It's hard to find a job without a skill. You have to start all over again now. Put your heart into it." Looking at the enrollment form and the tuition fees Winston had transferred, tears streamed down my face. I always thought she said she wanted to take me as her daughter just to trick me into divorcing Lewis sooner. Winston patted me on the shoulder. "Cheer up. Losing a Lewis isn't the end of the world. Whether you can live well in the future depends entirely on yourself. No one can help you." I then realized that my current situation was the same as Winston's back then. She not only raised Lewis with her own abilities, but also made her career very successful. Winston closed the door and left, and I couldn't hold back my tears any longer. On the way back, after the divorce, I was filled with confusion about the future. My mom favored sons over daughters. My younger brother has a wife, and if I went back with 2 children, I would only be. I've been taking care of my children full-time at house for 10 years and have completely lost my competitiveness in the workplace. Even if I can endure hardship, I can't let my 2 children suffer with me. I was really surprised that Winston could help me so wholeheartedly. Living with her for all these years of marriage, she had always been unemotional and cold. Although she had never made things difficult for me, I couldn't feel any warmth from her. I packed my things and was about to pick up the children from school when, in the living room, Winston instructed Selena, who looked reluctant, "You go with Natalie to pick up the children from school. You'll have to go by yourself in the future." Selena jumped up. "Those aren't my children. Why should I pick up her children? Those are Lewis's children. If you want to be with him, you have to learn to accept it. If you don't want to accept it, you can get out now." Selena called Lewis back on the way to pick up the children with me. He accused me, "Natalie, you're really shameless. Now that you're divorced, leave my house with the children as soon as possible. You're going to affect my life like this." It was bad enough that he was ruthless to me, but he was also showing such dislike for the children without any affection. Winston values the 2 children, and for the sake of their future, I will not leave the Winston family. I took a deep breath to calm my emotions and said, "We're brother and sister now. Is this how you treat your own sister? As long as I'm not married, I'm still your mom's daughter. This house is mom's house, and as long as mom doesn't kick me out, no one has the right to make me leave." My words left Louis and Selena speechless. Louis realized that it was impossible to persuade me to leave voluntarily, so he could only beg Winston. Winston has a very domineering personality. She emphasized, "I don't care who you want to be with, but I can't leave my grandchildren. You're useless, but there are 2 grandsons who can take over my position." Selena went up to coax Winston. "Mom, I can also give you grandchildren." Winston glared at her. "You don't even know if you can get pregnant. Do you want to drive away my grandsons now?" Winston didn't want to say anything useless to the 2 of them. "The house affairs are settled. Anyone who has any objections can move out. I won't stop them." Louis and Selena didn't move out in the end and accepted Winston's opinion. This made me suspicious of Selena's identity. Selena's current aggrieved appearance doesn't look like a daughter of a wealthy family at all. Which daughter of a wealthy family would find a trust fund kid with no achievements and still help with laundry and cooking at home? Even if the husband's family had such requirements, she could just hire a nanny to help. Then there's only one possibility. She's a fake daughter of a wealthy family. Louis is currently unable to manage the company. Winston originally wanted to train Louis to be her successor to manage the company. But Louis doesn't have much talent. Although he has completed some projects, he has also made constant mistakes. He left his own family's company 2 years ago because he listened to others and caused the company to lose tens of millions for nothing. He also secretly sold the properties under his name to pay off debts. Winston was extremely angry and demoted him to an ordinary employee, letting him slowly gain experience from working at the grassroots level. It was also at that time that Louis's mentality changed. He began to stay out all night. When I tried to talk to him, he would scold me, saying that I only knew how to comfort him and didn't help him at all. Later, he met Selena. He said that Selena studied finance, had studied abroad, was knowledgeable, and was his most capable assistant. I think the biggest reason why they're unwilling to move out is that they want to get on good terms with Winston. If they moved away, Winston's property would likely belong to my 2 children. My 2 children are both raised by me, so Winston will naturally favor me in the future, and this property will be as good as in my pocket. Before dinner, I subconsciously took the initiative to get the bowls and chopsticks, but Winston stopped me. "Now is the time to teach the children rules. Your energy should be focused on this. Someone else will naturally take care of the other things." I had no choice but to sit next to the children and help them tie their aprons. The dishes Selena brought up looked pretty good, and the pairings were also very appetizing. In our house, Winston always starts eating first. Winston took a bite, frowned. "Did you buy frozen/pre-made meals, heat them up, and put them on the plate?" Selena lowered her head. Winston began to lecture her. "You're too lazy to even cook a meal. What else can you do?" Louis quickly came to the rescue for his beloved. "Mom, Selena's hands are for creating wealth, not for cooking. You're making things difficult for her. Natalie used to do these things. Just let her do them." Selena took the opportunity to belittle me. "Mom, I'm not the same as Natalie. She's just a country bumpkin with no ability. Laundry, cooking, and cleaning are things she's known how to do since she was a child. Let her do the housework." If Louis also thought so, I could only feel even more disheartened. He must have forgotten that we met in college. My grades were much better than his. In order to be his assistant and gain Winston's approval, I gave up my career and went all out to be his support. 10 years of effort has really been a waste of my youth. Winston looked at Selena. "I heard you went to university in the UK?" Selena nodded. "Mom, yes, my parents sent me abroad when I was in high school. Back then, I was alone." Before she could finish speaking, Winston interrupted her. "Can you show me your graduation degree?" I observed that Selena's face instantly turned guilty. Louis felt sorry for Selena being targeted and quickly defended her. "Mom, you're being too impolite. Can you lie about going to university?" Winston is someone who investigates everything thoroughly, whether it's people or things. The fact that she's asking this makes me vaguely feel that Winston must have investigated Selena. The real information about her may be different from what she described. The first time Lewis brought me to meet Winston and said he wanted to marry me, Winston sent someone to my hometown to investigate my situation. My parents are ordinary workers and haven't done anything excessive. As expected, Winston said, since you're getting married, it's not just a matter between two people, but between two families. We definitely need to understand the real situation. Winston said that people these days have too complex minds and that fake graduation certificates can be bought anywhere. It's not uncommon for people to hire a pair of fake parents to act. I'm just afraid you'll be deceived. Am I wrong? Winston has a wealth of experience in the business world. She has always spoken with strength and evidence and will never easily believe others. The oppressive feeling from Winston made Selena break out in a cold sweat. Realizing something, she suddenly knelt down in front of Winston. Mom, I'm sorry. I lied to Lewis. I just like him too much. I made up those things to pursue him because I was afraid he would look down on me. Lewis looked incredulous. Selena, you didn't study abroad? Selena nodded timidly. I graduated with a degree in English. My grades were very good back then. My teachers said that if I had the opportunity to go abroad, I could have changed my life, but my family conditions were too poor, and I lost that opportunity. She leaned into Lewis's arms, crying. You said that no matter what I become, you'll always love me. Not knowing if it was because he really loved Selena or if he wanted to humiliate me in front of me, Lewis gently stroked Selena's back. It's okay. You've already worked very hard. In my heart, you're the most outstanding. Lewis spoke up to plead. Mom, you don't want me to be a failure my whole life, do you? Selena and I want to go to work at the company. I'll be the director, and she'll be my secretary. This time, with her help, I'll definitely run the company well. Lewis suggested that Selena and he go to work at the company, with himself as the director and Selena as his secretary. Winston looked at the two arrogant people in front of her and sneered. Based on what? Lewis, haven't you caused enough trouble at the company before? Now you want to bring her along? The company isn't your playground. Disappointment and anger filled Winston's eyes. Lewis remained stubborn and continued to argue. Mom, Selena is really capable. She can help me a lot. Selena echoed from the side. Mom, I really can. Please give us a chance. Winston didn't believe them and said sternly, opportunities aren't so easily given. From now on, Selena, focus on doing the housework at house. When I see your sincerity, we'll talk about other things. Lewis, you should reflect on your own problems. With that, Winston turned around and went back to her room, leaving Lewis and Selena looking dejected. Natalie looked at this scene without any joy in her heart, but rather with some emotion. She had once had high expectations for Lewis and hoped to spend her life with him and manage the house together. But now, the man in front of her, blinded by love, was no longer the person she knew. She made up her mind to study finance diligently as Winston expected and work hard for her own and her children's future. 10 years of marriage collapsed in an instant with the appearance of Selena. But Winston's support gave her the courage to start over. She knew that she couldn't continue to wallow in the pain of the past. In the days that followed, Selena reluctantly began to learn how to do housework under Winston's authority. Every morning at 5 o'clock, when the alarm clock rang, she struggled to get out of bed. Walking into the kitchen and facing the cold kitchen utensils, when she made breakfast, she would either burn the eggs or boil the milk over, spilling it everywhere. The children looked at the food she made with disdain. Natalie felt a pang of sympathy for Selena. Although Selena had been the other woman who destroyed her house, she decided to lend a hand. Under Natalie's guidance, Selena's cooking skills gradually improved. Selena began to chat with the children and learn about their likes, dislikes, and dreams. She realized that the children were actually very cute, but she hadn't bothered to understand them before. And the children gradually accepted Selena and treated her as a member of the family. At the same time, Natalie devoted herself wholeheartedly to studying finance. Those complex financial terms and formulas were like mountains standing in her way. But she didn't back down at all. She got up early every day and started studying before the children woke up. When she encountered problems she didn't understand, she would look up a lot of information or consult professional teachers. Winston was very pleased to see her working so hard and often encouraged her from the side, also sharing some of her experience and insights in the business world. With Winston's help, Natalie had a deeper understanding of finance and was making faster and faster progress in her studies. Louis was upset to see Selena and Natalie getting along so well. He felt left out, as if he had become an outsider in the family. As a result, he began to get irritable again, often flying into a rage over minor things. One night, he came house drunk and saw Selena and the children playing games in the living room, with Natalie watching from the side, her face beaming with a happy smile. He was furious. "You're all very happy, aren't you? I'm working hard outside, and you're enjoying yourselves here." Louis roared, his voice filled with the smell of alcohol. Selena quickly went over to help him. "Louis, you're drunk. Don't be like this." Louis shook off her hand, his eyes full of anger and dissatisfaction. "You're starting to side with her now, aren't you? I divorced Natalie for you, and this is how you treat me." Natalie looked at Louis, her heart full of disappointment. The gentle and considerate man she once knew had become so strange. She took a deep breath and tried to remain calm. "Louis, get a grip. Look at yourself now. Is this the life you want? Do you think divorce will solve all the problems? Your attitude towards the children is really disappointing to me." Louis listened to Natalie's words, remained silent for a while, and then suddenly burst into tears. Like a child, he squatted on the ground, his hands covering his head. "I don't want to be like this either. I just don't know what to do. I thought Selena could give me the life I wanted and help me succeed in my career, but now everything's messed up." This scene left Selena and Natalie at a loss. Selena gently hugged Louis and comforted him. "It's okay. We'll face it together. Things will get better." Her eyes were full of heartache and helplessness. From then on, Louis seemed to realize his problems. He began to work hard to find a job and try to prove himself again. He no longer idled around all day as before, but seriously submitted resumes and went to interviews. Although the process wasn't smooth and he suffered many rejections and setbacks, he didn't give up. During this process, Natalie's finance course was coming to an end. She had put too much effort into this exam, studying late into the night every day. On the day of the exam, she walked into the examination room with a nervous mood and answered the questions carefully. When the bell rang to signal the end of the exam, she felt both nervous and expectant. Finally, the results were announced. Her efforts had paid off, and she had achieved excellent results. Winston looked at her report card, a satisfied smile on her face. "Not bad. You didn't disappoint me. If there's an opportunity in the future, you can come and help at the company." Natalie was filled with gratitude and anticipation when she heard Winston's words. She knew that this was Winston's recognition and trust in her and a new beginning in her life. However, problems arose at Louis's company. The company he worked for was poorly managed and faced a crisis of bankruptcy. Louis faced the predicament of unemployment, and his mood became extremely low. After returning house, he locked himself in his bedroom all day, refusing to eat or drink, feeling hopeless about the future. Selena and Natalie were both very worried about Louis's condition. Selena tried every means to comfort him and encourage him to get back on his feet. Natalie also used her finance knowledge to help Louis analyze the current situation and give him some advice. Under their care and encouragement, Louis finally came out of the bedroom and re-examined his life. He realized that he could no longer rely on others like this and had to rely on his own efforts to change the status quo. So he decided to start his own business. He took out his savings from many years and started a small company with a few like-minded friends. The process of starting a business was full of hardships and challenges, tight funds, difficulty in finding customers, and fierce competition, but Louis didn't back down. He worked hard every day, running around everywhere, looking for customers and partners. Selena also fully supported him from the side, helping him deal with some trivial matters and giving him mental encouragement. Under Winston's arrangement, Natalie joined the family company. She started from the bottom, humbly learning from her colleagues and working hard to improve her skills. Her diligence and hard work were recognized and praised by her colleagues, and she gradually gained a firm foothold in the company. At work, she met an excellent man named Jack. Jack was a senior manager at the company. He was attracted by Natalie's resilience and talent and often provided her with help and guidance at work. Over time, feelings gradually developed between them. Natalie hesitated a bit. She didn't know if she should start a new relationship. After all, she had been through a failed marriage and had 2 children. She was worried that this relationship would harm the children. But with the encouragement of Winston and Selena, she decided to face her feelings bravely. She and Jack began dating officially. Jack was very good to her and the children, often playing with them and buying them gifts. The children also liked Jack very much, and their relationship became more and more harmonious. Over time, Louis's company gradually got back on track. With his own efforts and wisdom, he successfully developed the market and won the trust and support of his customers. The company's performance got better and better, and its scale gradually expanded. Louis finally realized his dream and became a successful entrepreneur. In this process, the family's relationship became closer. The conflicts between Louis and Natalie also gradually resolved, and they learned to understand and respect each other. Selena also became an indispensable member of this family. She and Natalie were as close as sisters, taking care of the children together. Winston felt extremely gratified to see the family so harmonious. Years later, Natalie and Jack held a grand wedding. Louis, Selena, and the children all sent her their most sincere blessings at the wedding. Natalie wore a pure white wedding dress, her face beaming with a happy smile. Her once broken family had now been rejuvenated with warmth and vitality under the nourishment of love and courage. And she had also achieved self-growth and transformation in this difficult journey, finding her own happiness.